John List, accountant, Sunday school teacher, a seemingly ordinary man. He lived with his family in a grand Victorian mansion in Westfield, New Jersey. Life appeared idyllic. Appearances, however, can be deceiving. John List was a man haunted by financial troubles he couldn't confess. Haunted by a need to maintain appearances. Haunted by a dark secret that would soon shatter the tranquility of Westfield. List's meticulously crafted facade masked a sinister reality. The weight of his secrets grew heavier with each passing day. The pressure, relentless and suffocating, pushed him to the brink. Behind closed doors, the seemingly ordinary man was transforming. The John List the world thought they knew was about to disappear, replaced by a monster. The year was 1971. The economy was in a slump. John List, facing financial ruin, lost his job. He hid this from his family, maintaining the illusion of stability. Every day he drove to the train station, pretending to go to work. Instead, he spent hours at the station, reading newspapers, lost in his thoughts. The pressure mounted. His wife, Helen, suffered from syphilis, a fact he attributed to her past. His elderly mother living with them added to the financial and emotional strain. List felt trapped, suffocating under the weight of his responsibilities. He saw only one solution, a horrific one. He would spare his family from the shame and hardship he couldn't face. He would become their savior and their executioner. His plan was cold, calculated, and utterly terrifying. John List was no longer the man anyone knew. He was a man possessed, consumed by his own twisted logic. The date was November 9th, 1971. John List methodically executed his plan. He shot his wife, Helen, while she sipped her morning coffee. His mother, Alma, met the same fate as she came downstairs. His children, Patricia and Frederick, were next. He waited for them to return home from school, each shot echoing his descent into madness. His son, John Jr., was still at basketball practice. List drove to the school, gun in hand, and ended his son's life on the court. With his family gone, List cleaned the house, erasing any trace of himself. He left a note, a rambling justification for his actions, claiming he was saving their souls. He believed that killing them would assure their souls a place in heaven, where he hoped to eventually join them. He vanished, leaving behind a scene of unimaginable horror. The community was in shock. The seemingly perfect family, gone. The house on Hillside Avenue, once a symbol of prosperity, now stood as a silent monument to a family destroyed. The investigation began, but John List had vanished without a trace. Years turned into decades. The case went cold. Then, in 1989, a break. The case was featured on America's Most Wanted, a then new program that used the power of television to catch fugitives. A sculptor created an age-progressed bust of John List, showing what he might look like after 18 years. Thousands of miles away, in Virginia, a man named Robert Clark watched the show. The face staring back at him was his own. John List had been found. After his arrest 30 years later, in 2002, List gives his first interview. During a 4-hour interview, he sought to explain how worries that financial hardship would split his family and turn them away from their faith forced him to make a tough decision. "I finally decided the only way to save them from that was to kill them," he said. List died in prison in 2008 at the age of 82. Please like and subscribe for more haunts and spooky tales.